8 or 24?
Number 8. 24 was more challenging.
It's Monday, so that means 3 things. 1, I'm not your MCM. 2, it's a Mamba Monday. And 3, it's time for the 24 podcast. How you guys doing? I'm your host, the product of poverty's environment, the Pope Chuck Paul. Episode 150. Like that. Yeah, and it's like that. Congratulations to me on 150 episodes. It's really been hard to just get up and do this thing all the damn time by myself, editing, researching, writing the treatment for episodes, thinking of different ideas. But thank y'all, all 485 of you guys, for subscribing. We're 15 away from getting to 500, and then we can start working on towards getting this here page monetized, you know what I'm saying? But thank you again. I always say to myself, yeah, I'm going to pop some champagne, do some X, Y, and Z, but there's bigger fish to fry. I ain't celebrating just yet. I need 3,000 watch hours. I need about 10K watch hours in shorts. So we got some work to do. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys enjoyed your week. Hope you guys enjoyed your weekend. Man, we got so much shit to talk about. Every time when I'm about to shoot on time, I always shoot around 4 or 5 o'clock. So I can have the episode out by 8:24 p.m. But it looks like it might be out by 9 tonight or something like that. But over the weekend, I watched the Freaknik documentary. We'll talk about that. I watched Quiet on the Set, Dark Side of TV kid shows. And the whole beef between Future, Metro Boomin, Drake, Kendrick, somehow J.Cole. But right before I was getting ready to start shooting this episode, Puffy was making news this past weekend. Excuse me. Making news this past weekend because the rapper Meek's former right-hand man, Quilly, started saying, instead of no homo or pause, he's been saying no Diddy. Oh man, I'm gonna play this video clip real quick.
No, that's what I'm saying. All the young boys love me. I put them in position, no Diddy. And I get them up there. I make sure they on the radio. I make sure they on certain, you know.
What did he say?
That's what I'm saying. All the young boys love me. I put them in position, no Diddy. And I get them up there. I make sure they on the radio. I make sure they on certain, you know.
Oh, did he just say no Diddy? So instead of pausing no homo, we just gonna say no Diddy no more. You know what? I like that. That's a nice ring to it too. No Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But your man's is in trouble again. This time, Homeland Security, as we speak right now, is raiding his house in New York, in Miami, and in LA. And his plane was forced to land in Puerto Rico. He was leaving the country, fleeing the country. And both his sons were still in the house, and they are being detained as well. I think I have video. Yeah, I have some video right now of the house being raided. Here we go.
We're following the Department of Homeland Security conducting a raid at a house in Holmby Field Hills, believed to be connected to Sean Combs, the rapper and music executive, perhaps being linked to a sex trafficking investigation.
He got some shots of a few people coming out of the home. Those people have been detained. Now, we're trying to still connect the dots. We do have some sources on scene here that we're getting this information from. We were actually the first ones here with about 30 different law enforcement vehicles at least. There are 3 Bearcats on scene here. This just all unfolded, Sandra, I would say, less than 10 minutes ago. We got here even before the crime scene tape came up. So we're just down the hill. If you look up this street where Tony is right now to the right, you'll see one of those Bearcats and law enforcement. And on the other side of those bushes, basically, is that home that is registered to Bad Boy Films, which is part of Bad Boy Entertainment. And the home in particular is registered not only to Bad Boy Films, but to one of P. Diddy's daughters.
They are heavily armed, and they've been very tactful, would probably be the best word to use, as they made entry into this home this afternoon. We actually watched them as they made their way through one of these side gates, and as soon as they got inside the home, one of the first things they did was made their way into this garage that you see is open right there. Now, they did take a couple people into custody. We witnessed that. Now, are they under arrest? Are they just being asked about what they know? That I can't answer, but I can tell you there's 3 people right there that were taken into custody, were inside that home at the time of the raid.
We did see a bunch of investigators going in, making the raid in there and clearing that as well. So
it looked like his son, Justin, what's the other one's name? I forget. I really don't be knowing their damn names. But yeah, like 2 of his sons sitting out there. So Homeland Security was raiding all 3 cribs. He's trying to flee the country, playing at the land of Puerto Rico. Left his 2 sons in the crib. Ain't that about a bitch? What the fuck gonna go on? What's going on next? Because, I mean, look, there was the Cassie situation. There was the Jane Doe that was sex trafficked from Detroit to New York. There was the 2 women who was sexually assaulted in Daddy's House Studios. And then we have the situation with Lil Rod and all his accusations. So yeah. Hell, it's not even if Diddy do it or not. Is Diddy done? Because this shit is wild. Fucking wild. And I was thinking, do I do an episode today or tomorrow to get more facts? But nah, fuck that. We're going to see what happens with this. You know what I'm saying? Because the feds don't raid your crib for no reason. They know something. And hell, if I find anything else out, I'm going to go live and put it all out there for y'all too. Shit. Now, moving right along. Let me go what's this next on the docket. Oh, I have watched the documentary Quiet on the Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, which was, it's interesting to me because it was about Dan Schneider, and they were trying to, in a way, group him with these 2 sexual predators. Now, Dan Schneider is known for creating lots of Nickelodeon shows, titles such as Zoe 101, iCarly, Victorious, Sam and Cat, and more. Also credited for launching the careers of stars like Kenan Thompson, Amanda Bynes, Victoria Justice, Miranda Cosgrove, and Jeanette McCurdy. Now, there was issue with the way that he treated women at work, with disgusting jokes, dismissing their ideas and whatnot, firing people, getting massages to his back, while he's on the set and whatnot, playing favoritism with some of the kid stars, but he was never accused of doing any sexual acts or whatever, just being a shitty and terrible boss, which is fucked up, you know what I'm saying? But like I've dealt with terrible supervisors for a long time. I never dealt with any that made me feel maybe the way that some of these people have, but there's been times where I used to go on and be like, I want to knock this motherfucker out, you know, so I get that. But here's where it takes a turn. There was a guy named Jason Handy who was on the show as well. I guess he was like a producer or something like that on the show. And he was arrested in 2003 and did 6 years. And then got arrested again in 2014. And he'll be released in 2038. Now, the thing about Jason Handy, this was a sick motherfucker. There was a girl on one of these shows who's like 7 or 9 years old, I believe, and he befriended her. And I don't know how or why he was allowed in this girl's house, let alone her bedroom, by himself. And they would play video games. He had confessed all this stuff. And then he had kissed her. Then he kissed her again and tried to stick his tongue down her throat. And then she pushed away, and he could tell that she didn't like it. He apologized, and he said, "Don't tell your parents." And mind you, then his crib got raided, and they found thousands, hundreds, thousands of pornography and whatnot, children's pornography in his house. And he would have keepsake Ziplocs of different things that reminded him of different kids. And he had one child's panties in the Ziploc. This is strange. I'm sorry that I have to repeat this, but this is a very strange person here. You know what I'm saying? And he did 6 years for assaulting that young girl and whatnot. And then he was released, and then he was arrested again in 2014 for sexual assaulting another child. And I believe he's due to be released in 2038. Yeah. But then again, one of the stars from the show Drake and Josh appeared. And he's been the talk of a lot of stuff online as well. Because, let me get his name correctly. I'll get the two kids confused and whatnot. Brian Peck. He was a dialogue coach, okay. And he was arrested in 2003 and sentenced to only 16 months. It's a year and 4 months for sexually assaulting Drake Bell. That's the slimmer one from the show Drake and Josh. And he didn't get into detail, but the court documents are out there. But Drake said, think of the worst things you could possibly do to somebody sexually, and that's what he did. And some of the court docs was about him getting oral sex, sodomy, using objects on him. He's like 14, 15, 16 years old. He convinced him to remove his dad as his manager. And the crazy thing about it was, his dad used to always say, yo, something ain't right with that dude. Then once he was able to move his father out the way and like kind of control Drake's scheduling and this, that, and the fourth, it was a wrap. His dad said he would like book his shows because he was in the band as well, and Brian would pop up. It's kind of weird for a grown-ass man. But here's the crazy thing about it, though. After he was arrested, jailed. Well, it's not to mention all the celebrities who even wrote letters for the judge to be lenient on Brian. You had Ryder Strong, I believe, from Boy Meets World. There's another Boy Meets World actor or actress who also co-signed him. Things of that nature. He got a job at Disney afterwards. Ain't that some shit? Working on what's the show? I have it here also. Let me go in here, because this is nasty work. Yeah, after he was, of course, let go, because he had to do with jail time. He was hired by Disney. And what shows did he work on? The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Mind you, he's a registered sexual offender. So he just kept him off the lot, and he would just do voiceovers and shit like that. What else? He did 2015 Freak of Nature, 2012 Anger Management, 2008 Bedtime Stories, and he's still a free man. Could you imagine what Drake going through right now, knowing that this dude's a free man? After all he did to him, 16 months, and still get to work on children's shows? Dude's a sick fuck. Sick fuck. My goodness. But yeah, man, like these child shows, it's crazy. I have a friend who has her sons in different acting gigs and whatnot. And one time she had posted a video on WhatsApp, whatever. One of the directors hugging up on her kid, sitting on his lap. I said, yo, get your son off that old white man's lap. He started laughing like, oh, shut up, LOL. I'm like, no, I'm serious. No little boy, little girl needs to be sitting on no grown ass man's lap. Especially if it's a motherfucking stranger. But yeah, man, all these sick motherfuckers, they get in there just do. And I'm happy about it too. Like I don't understand folks who would say stuff like, oh, they're taking all our heroes. Dog, Puffy made music. He didn't save no lives, he ain't no hero. If the dude's out here raping and stealing and killing or etc., anything that causes bodily harm, mental harm to somebody, like, yo, get them out of here. Like, I could care less, like, yo, beat it. And since we're on the topics of documentaries, I seen Freaknik documentary, The Wildest Party Never Told. That shit was trash. Too many people on it that didn't need to be on it, and some folks who weren't talking enough. Like Jermaine Dupri and Luke. Why weren't y'all talking enough? They was probably spoke for like 5 minutes out this hour and a half show. Try to be a little educational. They talked about how it started in the 80s with Sharon Toomer, Emma Horton, Monique Tolliver, Amani Boone, the founders of the original Freaknik, where the name came from that song, Aw, Freak Out, in a picnic. So it was a freak picnic. People just come through, barbecue, chill, dance and whatnot. But then later on, as it evolved, you had Luke and the booty music and all of the dances when they call you freaking each other and whatnot. That came into play. But then they started talking more about how Atlanta, the city, the government standpoint wasn't supporting it because it was too wild, this, that, and the fourth. Plus they're trying to clean up the city because they wanted the Olympic Games in Atlanta. And mind you, you have things that happen in Daytona Beach for spring break and stuff like that. People, they didn't have no problems with what was going on over there. Same thing, just white people. When there's black folks, hey man, shit happens. But what I think they should have focused on was the fashion and the music and people getting together and not the negative sides. Because gatherings like this, there's always shit that fucked up that happens. Even in spring break, Daytona Beach, with all the white, fucked up shit happens there too. Same thing in Mardi Gras, Why was Mark Lamont Hill speaking so much in this documentary? You went to UPenn and Temple. Well, I think he went to Temple and got his graduate degree from UPenn, but definitely he's from Philly. Never been to Freaknik. 21 Savage, you were born in 92 in London. Why are you speaking on Freaknik? Seriously. I'd rather they had showed a bunch of old home videos of folks getting ready to go down to Atlanta for Freaknik. See, when I was in college, from 01 to 05, we had Howard Homecoming. I went to school in Philly. We traveled to DC, Howard Homecoming, Black College Weekend in VA, King's Dominion, hang out in DC, Howard Homecoming also, Georgia Ave, that was the spot. Club Love, Club H2O, you know what I'm saying? Those are my college days. I didn't get to experience Freaknik. It was dead by the time I got to college. So yeah, that doc is not worth watching. I'm sorry. It was trash. It was trash. And sticking to hip-hop, do you know what Drake, Kendrick Lamar, and J. Cole all have in common? They all had beef with Diddy. And the crazy thing about it was, J. Cole got into it with Diddy because Diddy was mad at Kendrick over his Control verse, saying he was the king of New York, and trying to pour champagne on him. And that's when that's when J. Cole and Puffy got into it. But now, recently, I think this has been brewing since last December when Metro Boomin had mentioned Drake's album when it comes to like awards, like why is he getting these awards, this and the fourth. I'm about to put up the tweet right now. Let me get to that. Yeah, back in December 2nd, Metro Boomin put, "Yet Her Law still keeps winning Rap Album of the Year over Heroes and Villains." That was Metro Boomin's album. "Proof that award shows are just politics and not for me. I don't care about awards, honestly. The true award and reward is knowing that the music I spent so much time on brings joy to people's everyday lives." Whatever, nigga. Then Drake tweeted this maybe about a week or two later. "And to the rest of you, the non-believers, the underachievers, the tweet and deleters, you make me sick to my stomach, fam." Interesting. And then, this weekend, or if you didn't know, Young Metro and Future Hendrix collabed on this album, "We Don't Trust You." And of course, if Young Metro don't trust you, that's where the name comes from. And there's a track on there with Kendrick Lamar where people seem like he threw a shot at Drake and maybe Cole from that song, First Person Shooter. Is it First Person Shooter? Let me double check. I'll be forgetting these names, man. I'm sorry, y'all. Yes, First Person Shooter with J. Cole. I'm going to but I'm going to show the lyrics in question that everyone is talking about. Oh, let me find out. I deleted the actual video I have of it. Hold on. Oh, yeah, here we go. You know what? I'm gonna play. I'm just gonna post this one right here. Okay, give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. I'm gonna find the actual line that got everybody all upset. Yeah, he says, "If you walk around with a stick, it ain't Andre 3K. Think I won't drop the location? I still got PTSD. Motherfuck the big three. Nigga is just big me. Bum what? I'm really like that. And your best work is a light pack. Nigga, Prince outlived Mike Jack. Nigga, bum. For all your dogs getting buried. That's a K with all these nines. He gon' see Pet Cemetery. Nigga, bum." Interesting. Now, of course, the album, For All the Dogs. That's the reference for, like you said, for all you dogs getting buried. The whole Big Three reference. Yeah. Man, look, I'm with it. Like, personally, I don't think they really all have beef. I think it's just some light, how can I put this? Competitiveness, you know what I'm saying? But wait, there's more. Then Drake, his passive aggressiveness, he's at his concert, he says this.
A lot of people ask me how I'm feeling. I'm gonna let you know how I'm feeling. And listen, the way I'm feeling is the same way I want you to walk out of here feeling about your fucking self. Cause you know how I'm feeling? I got my fucking head up high, my back straight, I'm 10 fucking toes down, in Florida or anywhere else I go, and I know that no matter what, it's not a nigga on this earth that can ever fuck with me in my life. And that's how I want you to walk out of here tonight. But in order to, you know, get yourself all gassed up, riled up, and move towards the future, sometimes you gotta acknowledge the mistakes that you made in the past, right? Right? So this is what I want you to do. Everybody in here.
Nigga just rap. You know what I'm saying? Then Metro Boomin. This guy, man. He gets online and says, y'all niggas stop making stuff up for engagement, enjoy the music. Then Drake's dad had this to say this morning. Yo, I'm about to drop some new music. I'm not sure if it's going to sell, but I'm going to call some of my homies and get them to start a beef with Drake and get them to unfollow him. That's going to make my shit shoot up to #1. I'm sure this is going to work, so let me get some people on board for this and watch what kind of attention this gets. I will be #1 one day. Then it's mind your goddamn business. And this is a funny meme I seen from 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Bounce. This your boy? Yeah, that's my boy, nigga. We rep the same smart tech. You just got fucked up with him. Both y'all niggas gonna get clapped up when I get back. Both of y'all niggas.
What did I do?
It don't fucking matter.
Like I said, the irony is J.Cole was hold them down when that Puffy shit happened. But man, oh man, oh man. And then there's more rumors saying that Drake and Future's beefing over this young lady right here. Very attractive. I like the tattoos. But who knows, man? Mark my words. I see them all kissing and make up. No Diddy. And doing a big 3 tour later in the future. Yeah, I can see that happening. Do I have anything? I think I covered everything. All 3 of Puffy's houses get raided. Drake Bell, sheesh. In my prayers, bro. Motherfucking Freaknik. Trash documentary. My goodness. Had everybody scared like, oh, folks gonna get divorced after seeing this. Garbage. Yeah, man, before I let go, I need y'all to run these views up, watch them, share them with your homies, send the clips out to people. I need that engagement, I need them subscriptions to go up. I need 15 more to 500. You know what I'm saying? Cop the white, get stunned to die trying t-shirt. Like I always say, like, share, subscribe, comment. God is good. God is great. Thank God my paper straight. I am the Post Chuck Paul. Peace out. 150 episodes and more coming. No Diddy.